In the vast tapestry of world history, one man stands as an enduring symbol of hope, resilience, and unwavering determination. Nelson Mandela's story is one of transformation, a journey from a modest rural beginning in South Africa to becoming a global icon of justice and unity. This narrative unfolds against the richly painted backdrop of South Africa's dramatic landscapes and turbulent history, where the interplay of tradition, struggle, and renewal invited a hero into being. Every frame captured in this documentary is intended to illuminate not merely the milestones of Mandela's life, but also the vibrant spirit of an entire nation yearning for freedom and equality. As we traverse the winding paths of his early years, his academic pursuits, passionate activism, and the personal sacrifices he endured, we witness the unfolding of a remarkable saga that reshaped a divided land. Cinematic visuals in stunning 4K bring us face to face with moments of quiet introspection, fierce determination, and gentle reconciliation. With careful attention to every detail, from the stirring whispers of a revolutionary dream to the resounding echoes of communal hope, this narrative invites you to step into Mandela's world and experience the evolution of a man who, through steadfast conviction and boundless compassion, emerged as a beacon for all humankind. Join me as we explore the life of a man whose steadfast commitment altered the course of history, inspiring millions to stand for justice and humanity. His story is not merely one of political struggle, but of a profound personal journey that celebrated the triumph of the human spirit. We will unravel the layers of his formative years, his passionate quest for education, and his resolute stand against oppression. Prepare to experience an engaging blend of personal memoirs, historical insights, and breathtaking visuals that together cast light on the life of a leader like no other. Born in the small village of Mvezo in the Eastern Cape, South Africa, Nelson Mandela's entry into the world was marked by the rich traditions and ancient rhythms of the Thembu people. Growing up in a humble rural setting, he was immersed from an early age in the stories, rituals, and values passed down through generations. The expansive landscapes and vibrant colors of the countryside painted a canvas of beauty and possibility, even as the subtle signs of a segregated society began to emerge. As a child, Mandela sat at the feet of wise elders, listening intently to tales of bravery, honor, and an abiding sense of community, a legacy that would later fuel his relentless fight for justice. His formative years were spent amidst communal gatherings, traditional ceremonies, and simple yet profound daily interactions that emphasized the power of unity. Every sunrise brought lessons of resilience and dignity, carving the path for a young mind eager to grasp both the splendor and the disparities of life. The serene yet challenging environment of Mvezo provided not only sustenance, but also the strength required to face future adversities. Within this nurturing embrace of cultural heritage, Mandela encountered early glimpses of societal injustice, a spark that fanned into a flame of resistance and hope. These early experiences, interwoven with the ancient law and customs of his people, laid a solid foundation for a future leader. Each step taken along the dusty village roads added a brushstroke to the portrait of a man destined to forever alter the narrative of freedom and equality in South Africa. In the pursuit of knowledge, Mandela's life began to shift as he stepped beyond the familiar horizons of his village. His early schooling in local community institutions gradually introduced him to a world where learning was both a privilege and a powerful tool for change. At missionary schools, he first encountered the transformative potential of education, a spark that illuminated his understanding of a broader, more complex society. His journey led him to the University of Fort Hare, an environment rife with intellectual stimulation and vigorous debates about justice, freedom, and the deep-seated inequities of apartheid. Here, in the vibrant milieu of diverse minds and spirited discussions, Mandela witnessed how education could serve as a clarion call for resistance. Every lecture and classroom discussion gradually expanded his perspective, urging him to question long-held beliefs and the prevailing social order. Influential mentors and impassioned peers played their parts in molding his early activism, urging him to engage critically with the issues of racial injustice and moral inequality. The academic arena became a vital training ground for his future endeavors, where the theory of justice met the realities of an oppressed society. With each passing day, the lessons he absorbed in vibrant campus debates and intimate discussions nurtured a sense of responsibility, a realization that his personal growth was inexorably linked to the destiny of his people. In this confluence of learning and awakening, Mandela's commitment to the cause of freedom and equality grew stronger, setting him on a path that would eventually lead to monumental change. As the winds of change began to sweep across South Africa, Nelson Mandela's inner world stirred with an intense calling towards social justice. It was in these transformative years that he fully embraced the role of a revolutionary, aligning himself with the African National Congress. Amid a society steeped in racial oppression, the ideological ferment within the movement was contagious, as secret meetings and clandestine gatherings brought together determined souls united by a shared vision of a free and just nation. In these hushed, fervid moments, Mandela forged alliances with passionate advocates who, like him, believed that no price was too high for the dream of equality. Behind every whispered conversation and furtive rendezvous lay the palpable tension of an impending revolution. As the oppressive forces of segregation began to tighten their grip, yet in the face of brutal repression, Mandela's spirit only grew ever more resolute. His internal battle, a duality of cherished ancestral wisdom and burning modern revolutionary zeal, revealed the deep complexity of a man prepared to risk everything for his nation's future. In surreptitious gatherings held in dimly lit rooms, and against the backdrop of a growing movement, his transformation into a figure of unwavering determination was apparent. Each act of defiance and every strategic step taken was a reflection of his inner conviction and quiet contemplation. The ideological debates, fraught with tension and high stakes, bore witness to the metamorphosis of a thoughtful student into a daring freedom fighter. As the anti-apartheid movement evolved from peaceful protests to an affirmation of militant resistance, Mandela emerged not only as a leader, but also as an enduring symbol of courage. In this crucible of passion and politics, the man from Vezo found his truest purpose: to lead a movement that would echo across the world and forever alter the face of injustice. In one of the most poignant chapters of his extraordinary journey, the years that Nelson Mandela spent behind bars on Robben Island stand as a testament to the resilience of the human spirit under the most severe of conditions. Confronted with the unyielding steel of prison bars and the cold austerity of a rugged cell, Mandela's daily existence was defined by the stark realities of confinement. The isolated, rocky shores of this notorious island were both a physical and symbolic barrier, a place where the hope of freedom was all the more radiant against the backdrop of enduring darkness. Within the penumbra of enforced solitude, each day unfolded with the weight of loss and the constant reminder of a world beyond reach. Yet in that very isolation, a profound strength was kindled. The harsh rhythms of prison life, repeating day after day, served not only as a relentless test of endurance, but also as the crucible in which Mandela's ideals were further tempered and refined. Amid long hours of labor and the unyielding silence of forbidding corridors, the seeds of steadfast resolve took root. Conversations held in hushed tones, shared between fellow inmates, mingled with the persistent whispers of hope, forged a bond that transcended the bleakness of their shared circumstances. In the depths of that depraved environment, Mandela discovered the wellspring of inner peace and clarity, a clarity that would eventually illuminate his path toward national redemption. It was in the solitude of that harsh place, where every grim day was counterbalanced by an unwavering commitment to justice, that personal suffering was transformed into a universal symbol of defiance. His legacy on Robben Island was not one of defeat, but of the quiet, relentless power of the human will to overcome, a power that resounded far beyond the prison walls and into the heart of a nation desperate for change. Behind his public persona lay an equally intricate and deeply personal life, one marked by the interplay of love, commitment, and sacrifice. Even as Mandela's actions on the national stage inspired millions, his inner world was filled with the tender and sometimes painful realities of family and personal relationships. His marriages and roles as a husband and father were inseparable from the colossal demands of fighting an oppressive regime. In the sanctity of his private moments, the warmth of family comforts collided with the cold requirements of a relentless struggle. Each separation from loved ones, every lost moment of familial closeness, underscored the personal toll exacted by decades of sacrifice. Yet, within these very challenges, there was also a deep reservoir of strength that fueled his revolutionary spirit. Close bonds with family members served as a quiet, enduring source of solace, moments of gentle laughter, tender embraces, and shared dreams that sustained him through the darkest of times. The narrative of his personal life is saturated with both the sweetness of interpersonal connection and the bitterness of sacrifice, each element a testament to the complex human dimensions of an extraordinary leader. Even as he navigated the tumultuous waters of a political battleground, Mandela's heart remained tethered to those precious, irreplaceable relationships that defined his humanity and lent him the courage to continue the arduous journey toward justice. In a moment that sent ripples through the annals of history, the day of Nelson Mandela's release marked the turning of an era. Emerging from the long shadows of Robben Island, he stepped into a luminous future already brimming with hope and anticipation. The atmosphere was electric as jubilant crowds poured into the streets, their celebrations a living tribute to the enduring aspirations of a nation long oppressed. Each deliberate stride he took was steeped in the memories of hardship, yet carried the vibrant promise of renewal. On that transformative day, the release of Mandela was not only an act of personal liberation, but a signal flare for all of South Africa, a beacon heralding the dawn of a new chapter. Defined by reconciliation and unity, with every scene captured in breathtaking 4K detail, the visual narrative bursts with images of tearful reunions, heartfelt embraces, and communities united in celebration. This powerful moment encapsulated not only the tangible freedom from physical imprisonment, but also the metaphoric unshackling of an entire people. It was a day when decades of sacrifice translated into the palpable energy of national rebirth and collective joy. His metamorphosis from a long-incarcerated prisoner into a determined national leader was complete, as he began to steer a fractured society toward healing and inclusiveness. In that milestone of liberation, Mandela's emergence signaled the beginning of an era devoted to mending the deep fissures of an unjust past, a future built on the imperishable foundations of unity, justice, and hope. As South Africa set forth on the long and challenging road to healing, Nelson Mandela's presidency emerged as a luminous beacon guiding the nation through turbulent times. In his tenure as the nation's highest leader, he forged ahead with a spirit of compassionate resolve and a steadfast commitment to reconciliation. His administration was marked by groundbreaking initiatives designed to mend the wounds of apartheid and stitch together the lives of a once divided people. Through the creation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission and the steady, thoughtful reform of existing social structures, Mandela redefined leadership with grace and empathy. Every carefully orchestrated public address, every symbolic gesture of unity was a testament to his deep belief in forgiveness and the transformative power of dialogue. His vision extended far beyond the confines of national politics, touching hearts and inspiring movements across continents. From intimate scenes capturing heartfelt interactions with former adversaries, to cinematic panoramas showcasing the collective jubilation of a reconciled nation, his days in office resonated with the enduring spirit of compromise and hope. Under his guidance, South Africa gradually learned to see beyond its painful history, and in doing so, became a model for peaceful transition and communal healing worldwide. Mandela's presidency, indelibly marked by a pursuit of justice tempered with understanding, stands as a universal symbol of the capacity for a single life to usher in profound and lasting change. In the final chapters of this remarkable journey, the legacy of Nelson Mandela endures as a luminous testament to the resilience, sacrifice, and indomitable spirit of a true revolutionary. His life, a continual interplay between adversity and triumph, has left an indelible mark on the hearts of millions around the world. The enduring memory of his struggle, etched into monuments, celebrated in documentaries, and reflected in the daily acts of courage by countless individuals, serves as a constant reminder that the fight for justice is both timeless and universal. As we reflect on his journey from the humble beginnings of Mvezo, through years of isolation and unimaginable sacrifice, to his inspirational rise as a national leader, we are reminded that one life, when devoted to the cause of freedom, can change the world. His legacy transcends the boundaries of history to inspire hope, forgiveness, and unity in every corner of the globe. In celebrating the extraordinary life of Nelson Mandela, we honor not only a historic figure, but the very principles of compassion, perseverance, and equality. Ideals that continue to illuminate the path toward a more just and harmonious future for all.